Hey, what's going on, guys? This series of videos, or this particular video, is part of a series of videos that I've been streaming and recording for YouTube, for my YouTube channel, where I touch on things related to marketing, social media management, advertising, branding, everything basically in the digital space. So I'm starting today part one of the iOS for productivity, marketing, and business series on my YouTube channel. If you want to stay up to date on more releases and some premium videos that I release in the future, subscribe to my YouTube channel. We will have some awesome videos for you to help you monetize your brand and your online business. Today I wanted to really go through the setup process of the iOS contact card. A lot of people forget about this or just don't consider it, and this is a great way to network with other people who do have an iPhone, a MacBook, an iPad, really any iOS device, but preferably an iPhone. When you see that someone has an iPhone, you don't necessarily have to give away your business card. You can say, hey, just pull out your iPhone. I'm going to send you my contact card instead. There you can embed actual tangible contact information that the user can click on. They don't have to go into their web browser and type in your domain name. Really, you can just embed it in there, and it gives them an easy way to keep in touch with you. But keep in mind, this really only works for iOS users. So I've got my desktop here and I've got my iPhone here. Hopefully you can see this pretty well. Facebook usually only allows me to do 720p uploads. The stream is not necessarily in HD while it's live. So if you want to come back and watch this, if you're watching this on Facebook, it will be uploaded in HD once the stream is finished. If you go back and watch this on my YouTube channel, this will definitely be in HD. It would be higher quality, but I know some of you are watching on my Facebook page, so thank you for tuning in. I've got my iPhone here and I wanted to go ahead and pull up my contact information. I've actually deleted everything out of my contact info for the purpose of recording this video. You want to open up your phone app, and then at the very top you should see your name and your phone number. So I'm going to go in here and actually click edit. The first thing that you want to do is add a photo. We're going to choose a photo from our library. I'd say I really like this picture. All right, so cool. We got our photo. Obviously, we want a last name. A lot of times when we save people's phone numbers or when they save ours, they don't actually include our last name and they forget it. So I like to put my last name in here, of course. And for the company, you want to have your brand or business in the company title. So I like to put the Label Lust and Memphis Entrepreneur Club in my company title. Obviously, we're using an iPhone, so the label for our cell phone number should be set to iPhone. I'd like to add my iCloud email in case someone wants to FaceTime or iMessage me. So generally you can do whatever your iCloud email is. You can do at iCloud or at me, M-E. And I'm going to add my personal email from my main website, which is CoreyOwens.com. I have two emails, one of which is hire. And my other email from my website is hustlewith@coreyowens.com. So you might have one, you might not have your own website. If you don't have a website that's at yourname.com, I recommend you do that. We'll talk more about that in another video. So we can change the label of these emails. By default, the second email I have listed here says work. The first one says home. The third one says iCloud. Actually, the first one is my iCloud email. The second one, I want to add a custom label. So this one I'll do consulting. The third one I'd like to use a custom label. I'll probably do collaboration. You can change your ringtone and your text tone to one of the Apple text or ringtones. That way, when you send your contact information and they save it, if you call them, that ringtone or text tone will be used so long as they have that tone in their phone. So don't choose a custom ringtone that you've downloaded. Actually choose an Apple ringtone and text tone if you want your tone to be different. That way, if that person has their phone off of silent, you'll more than likely have a distinctive ring and text tone, and they'll be like, what, who is this? And every time you text them, they'll notice, okay, that's Corey. So they'll know when you're texting without having to pull their phone out of their pockets. So that's totally up to you. I like to add my homepage URL, but for this, I'll change the label to personal. And I like to include HTTP or HTTPS if you know that your website is registered with an SSL certificate. Of course, with the / and www. Okay, and I like to add my portfolio URL. We'll add a custom label. This one I know is registered through HTTPS with an SSL certificate, so I'll include HTTPS. And I'll add my business website with a business label. You want to double check your spelling. I'm going to go down to address, and I'm not going to add my street. I'm just going to add the city, state, and zip code. I'll add my birth date. Now I can add social profiles. So I've noticed that Facebook actually doesn't really work where you can click out and open up the Facebook app directly from my contact card. So I'll remove Facebook. Generally, we have LinkedIn, MySpace, Sina, Weibo, whatever that is, and it'll revert back to Twitter. So I'll only add Twitter here, only because Facebook has not yet been optimized to click directly out to your social profile. So all you need to do is use the @ symbol and your Twitter handle. Another thing I like to add in the URL section is Snapchat. So I'll change my label to a custom label. And the URL of your Snapchat handle actually is https://www.snapchat.com/add/ and your Snapchat handle. here I'll also add Facebook Messenger. So I'm going to go over to my desktop. I'll pull up messenger.com, and this will bring up Facebook's Messenger website. And what I want to do is go over to the search bar in the left hand side and type in my own name. So you find your avatar, your own name and image. Click on that, and once you've got that image in the middle of your screen where you can basically send a message to yourself, in the address bar you'll have the Messenger address, the website URL to basically a direct link to your Messenger handle. So if this person has the Messenger app installed on their phone and they click on this Messenger link from your contact card, it'll open Messenger for them and go directly to your Messenger handle. Now, alternatively, if you have a Facebook business page and you have a persona page as yourself, as like a public figure or entrepreneur, you may want to use that instead if you're trying to grow that page. So that's what I'm going to do here. Right now I've got 3.3 thousand people who like my page, and I want to grow that because I've continuously reached my 5,000 friends limit on my Facebook profile. And a lot of times when random people send me a message who aren't my friends, who may be following me, that message will go into the message requests, which I might not see right away. So I like to lead people to my Facebook fan page. So I'll use that Messenger URL instead. If you don't have a fan page, I recommend creating one, especially if you consider yourself an influencer. So here I'll add https://www.messenger.com/t/ for me, it's 72332 47744 76465. And that is my Messenger URL. I'm going to change this label to Facebook or FB Messenger. And also under your social, I like to have LinkedIn here as well. So with LinkedIn, you actually have to use your LinkedIn URL. I'm just going to click done for the moment, and I'm going to go over to LinkedIn. In your LinkedIn, you're going to click on the Me avatar or icon in the bottom right hand corner and go over to your profile. Now you want to scroll down over to the contact card, and you'll see your profile with linkedin.com/in/ whatever your username is. We're going to copy this. So you want to just tap it once and click on copy. Let's go back over and edit our contact card. Add social profile. We're going to switch this back to LinkedIn, and let's paste this here. Now you can use 3D Touch on your keyboard if you have the iPhone 7 or 7 Plus. I think the 6 or 6 Plus, 6S Plus, I don't know what the different variations are, may have 3D Touch as well. I'm not totally sure, but 3D Touch on your keyboard will allow you to move your cursor. Okay, so I just wanted to do this to make sure that the beginning of my URL linked read https with a colon / linkedin.com. Now it does. So we have LinkedIn and Twitter. In notes, I like to add different services I provide, and I'll show you why in just a second. I like to put some keywords in here as well, like entrepreneur and success. And really the rest of this is totally up to you, but these are certain keywords that I like to use for people to be able to find me or my services. Now you have the option to add a field, and here I like to add my middle name, and in some cases my nickname. I like to also add a job title, and you can add a department if you want to just have another custom field up here at the top. So right here, now I can edit my middle name, nickname, job title. So here I'll put consultant entrepreneur. Separated by commas, and freelance designer. Department, I'll just do branding, marketing, and growth strategy. All right, so my contact card is pretty much set up. I don't think there's any other field that I've really left unchecked. Instant message, you have things like Skype. So for here, sure, I'll go ahead and add my Skype. And then you've got MSN Messenger, Google Talk, Facebook Messenger. So I didn't know that Facebook Messenger actually added their Messenger URL in here. So for this, I'm just going to add, let's see, my Facebook @ username. So if you have a page, you do have an @ username. If you have a just a Facebook profile, a lot of times your username will be facebook.com/ whatever people have to type in to get to your page will be your username. So we're going to test this and see if it works. A lot of these I'm not familiar with, so I'm just clicking add instant message to see what other options show up here, like Yahoo and AIM, which I don't use. Google Talk, I don't necessarily use Google Talk right now. And I'm going to click on done. So I'm going to test a couple of these links out, like our Facebook Messenger link. And I'm going to go over and test our Facebook Messenger URL that we added, which actually opens the app. Perfect. So I can go and edit this and remove that Facebook Messenger link. So now when people get our contact card, we have our name, our nickname, our job title, our department, our business title, basically our company title. We have the option to do FaceTime audio, direct message, call, email, and here are my different emails with each label. So we've got iCloud, consulting, collaboration, our websites, personal, portfolio, business, Snapchat, Facebook Messenger, our general location, birth date, Twitter, LinkedIn, and Skype, different notes. So with notes, if I actually go over to my home page, to the home screen of my phone, I can pull down and search. I'm going to search consultant. And when I search consultant, we have Wikipedia, App Store, messages. So in some cases, you should see contact as well. So under the contacts section of my search results, my name comes up because I've listed consultant as my job title and as keywords under my contact card. Different ways that can come in handy. LinkedIn should open the app. So it says page not found or no longer available. Let's test that. I think actually this might show up for me because I'm logged into my own LinkedIn account. But let me double check one thing actually. What I'm going to do is remove the S that I added and see if that makes a difference. No, so I think actually that this is showing up for me because I'm logged into my own account. You might want to send this to someone and have them test out your links to make sure that everything is accurate and working. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and send this to someone. So when you meet someone in person, you can say, hey, you know, I have a business card, but I see you have an iPhone. Let me just send you my contact card instead. I'm gonna go over to messages and new message. I'll send this to myself. And this is what the contact card looks like. So when you want to send this to a new person, you'll go and click on your contact card in your phone app. You'll scroll down to the very bottom and you'll click share contact and message. You say, hey, what's your number? You type their number in, click on send. Now this is what shows up. I've sent this before and the contact information was slightly different when I edited this before. So you can see there's a different image on the top one. On the bottom one is the one that I just created today. So what that person with the iPhone can do is click on my contact card, scroll to the very bottom and click add to existing, update, or save, create new contact. Generally what they'll use is create new contact. You say, hey, if you know anyone that can also use my services, go ahead and forward this contact card to them, assuming that they also have an iPhone. So you can click on share contact, or that person you're networking with can share your contact out to his network of people so that they can save it. Maybe you have business partners, maybe you have people that you're networking with for a particular business opportunity. You'll want to have this contact card shared between that group of people. You can actually share it to a group of people. You say, hey, what's your number? Hey, what's your number? And hey, what's your number? Send the contact card once to those three people, so long as they all have an iPhone. Now, this obviously doesn't work if you're sending it to someone with an Android. I don't think they're going to receive even a text message from you if you try to share your contact card with them. But this is specifically for iOS users. Another cool thing that you can do in the phone when you create other people's contacts, you want to go and edit their company name and maybe their job title. And it doesn't actually have to be their real job title or the real company that they work at, but let's say they own their own brand, their own business, or let's say they're into music. You can change their job title to music or skateboarding or social media marketing or search engine optimization if you know that's what they do, if that's the service that they are trying to sell to other people. Photography, for example. So if you have a friend who does photography, you want to add photography as their job title. Okay. That way you can go into your contacts and click on search, and you can search things like music. Now, everybody that does anything with music that I'm friends with, their company name has the word music in it. Some of these people also skate. All right. So I have skateboarding friends. Some of these people are involved in projects that I'm working with, like the 3 Comma Club. So we have 3 Comma Club members, all of their contacts in their company title. I've also used 3 Comma Club in the company title. So for instance, For myself, since I don't want to show someone's phone number by accident, for my company title, I have the Label Lust and Memphis Entrepreneur Club. If it were someone that is a part of Memphis Entrepreneur Club, let's say they're an employee of my company, I'll add Memphis Entrepreneur Club as their job title or as their company title. I'll also add skate and music if I know that person skateboards and does music. I might add musician if they play an instrument. I might add producer if they're a producer, photography if they're a photographer, web design if they do web design. That way, as I'm adding people to my network, I do this on Facebook as well, but I'll do a whole different video for Facebook specifically. As I'm adding people to my network, I can go in here and search, for instance, clients. If I have someone that's added my contact information because they want to buy a website designed for me, I'll add client. That way I know who have purchased the service from me. I might add prospect if someone is interested in my services but haven't purchased yet. That way I can follow up with them a week or a month later when they say, hey, I need about a month, or I'm not really ready to purchase yet, but I'm interested in your services. I'll add them as prospects, and I'll change their job title or their company title to 901 Customs Prospect. That way, when I convert them to a client, I can go and edit their contact info and change them to client. That way, when I have new deals that are client only, or if I want to get in touch with my clients to say, hey, how you doing? Just checking on you, make sure the website is good, etc. I can go and make a call to all of the people who are listed as clients in my contact card. All right, so this is to boost productivity. This is to help you stay organized with the people you're networking with. I don't have too many contacts in my phone, but the contacts that I do have are all organized by job titles, company titles, services that they provide, locations, organizations, etc., so that I can easily search and I can know where a contact came from. If I meet someone in Best Buy and they work at Best Buy and they say, hey, what's your number, man? We should maybe kick it sometime. I'll say, okay, I'll add their first and last name. I'll maybe send them my contact information if they have an iPhone. But what I'll do is edit their contact info and I'll say, hey, before I go, what's your last name? And I'll add in there, in the company title, maybe the reason that they gave me their contact info in the first place. It might be someone that just wants to kick it and play video games with me. So in the contact info, I'll add games. That way I can, if I decide one day I just want to play video games and, see who's online, I can go into my contact info and only contact the people that I game with. Okay.